Alright, so let's have a look here. We've got here GBP, JPY. We can see some news just came out, so we've had some interesting moves. This is the 15-minute time frame. So like I said, you guys, I want to show you guys all the different types of trading. So first of all, I'll just show you guys the most common way of trading, and then I'll talk to you guys about managing that trade with a stop loss or a take profit. So we'll run through that first, and I'll show you guys other different ways of trading, how we can make trading a bit quicker if you guys are interested in getting quicker entries and modifying your trade a bit quicker as well, if you guys understand the risk of trading. Okay, so let's take a trade here on GBP JPY, 15-minute term time frame. And obviously, again, if we take a buy, our ask line will be executed, and if we take a sell, our red line bid price will be executed. So I'm going to go ahead and go right click on my terminal. You guys can see right there it says trading. I can also just press Control F9, and you can go ahead right over there and it says new order. Okay, so you guys can see here at the top symbol GBP JPY, or Great British Pound versus the Japanese Yen. So that's what we're going to be trading. It says here market execution. Also, we can see it says 0.02. That's the lot sizes I'm going to be trading. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take a buy on this position. Obviously, I'm not taking this based on any analysis. It's just purely just to show you guys what how to use the trading function on the terminal. Okay, so no analysis done. It's just a blind buy, which I wouldn't say you should do. Obviously, do proper analysis before you guys do decide just to take trades. Okay, so now we can see here at the left, if we look on the left, it says I've taken a buy. You can see 0.02, that's my lot size, and I've taken it at 160.521. That's my area where I took the trade. Okay, so one thing I want you guys to be aware of, I'm just going to open my terminal now. If you guys, we'll talk about this later on as well in other videos, how we can use this and everything. But currently you guys can see I'm already in negative. Now that's because of the spread as well. So you guys can see where I took my trade. I'm automatically in the negative. So just be aware of that. The spread does affect your trading. If you guys are interested in tighter spreads, go check out the Prime account. Feel free to chat with the team about that as well. Okay, so let's have a quick look. Now I just want to show you guys how we can modify this trade. I'm just going to zoom in a bit so we can see the trades a bit better. So there's my order. So I want to show you guys how to set your stop loss first. So for example, let's say we have got a support back down here, and I feel like that's an appropriate place to put my stop loss. Okay, how I'm going to do this, I'm going to go ahead, if I hover over this trade, it says here drag to modify. So I'm just going to click on the trade line. I'm going to pull it down. So I click and hold, pull it down, and you guys can see there on the left in this red line, looking all the way to the left, we can see SL stands for stop loss. And then there's going to be the amount I'm going to risk. So I'm risking negative, at this stage, negative $2.15 US. And I am also risking 131 points or 13 pips. Okay, so obviously the more I drag it down, you guys can see that's how much I'm risking, and it goes up and up and up until I reach my area. So you guys can see we're risking $7.71, and we are risking about 500 points, or let's call it 50 pips roughly. Okay, so if I let go of that, you guys will see this will pop up. So it says position. We can see here the position. There's my order number, the buy that I've just taken, at what price I've taken it, and it gives me the option to confirm my modification of this order. So I'm going to accept that. You've got the option to print it if you want, so you guys want to keep track of it. You guys do get sent out a statement regardless, but if you guys do want to print it out for other purposes, you're more than welcome to do so as well. I'm just going to go ahead and press OK. Now you guys can see everything's been placed. So now I've got my stop loss here. So what I'm going to do, if I want to make sure just to check it, you can actually hover over that stop loss area. You guys can see again there's a profit, $7.78 USD, because my account is based in USD, but whatever account your account is based in, Aussie dollars, Kiwi dollar, pound, whatever it is, it'll show you your same amount of risk for that account. And then obviously we've got our points value and risk as well. Now, the similar way we can set our take profit as well. So let's say, we've got a resistance coming up here. It's a bit close. Let's just say, for example, I want to win a certain amount, but wherever you want to put your take profit, same thing. You're going to go ahead and click on that trade and drag it up. Now, again, if we have a look to the left, we see there's TP, obviously stands for take profit. We've got the amount we're going to win if the market hits our take profit target, and obviously the points we're going to risk. So for this case, I want to make $20, let's say, and I'll risk 1,241 points, or 124 pips roughly. Okay, so I'm going ahead, release that. Again, it's going to give me the option to modify my order. I'm going to go ahead and modify that, press OK, and you guys can see my order's been modified. Similar thing, hover over it, and you guys can see again, the profit and the points value of that trade as well, if it hits that target. Okay, that's pretty plain and simple. It's fairly easy to place a trade. Now you guys have noticed that little window. If you guys get annoyed with that little window and that pops up every single time you want to place a trade or close a trade, it can be fairly frustrating. So before I do move on to that, I'm just going to show you guys how to quickly close a trade. So what I'm going to go ahead, I can either right click on this, I can close the trade or modify it. So I'm going to go ahead and just close it. So there's another way you can close it as well. You can open up your trading terminal. You got or your toolbox on MT4 is called a terminal, on your MT5 is called a toolbox, and you guys can see right next to the profit target or wherever it is, there's a little X. So I'm gonna go ahead. Let's say that you're not happy with the trade or something's gone on with the trade, you just want to close it. You can go ahead and just press that little X or right click on that and say close position, or obviously like I said, right click anywhere on this and close the position. So I'm going to go ahead and close that, and you guys can see it's going to give me the option to confirm it. So I can say right here, close position at wherever. So there we go, close it, press OK, and our position has now been closed. If we have a look at our history, you guys can see a couple of test trades here, but you guys can see right over here, there's a trade we just took, a GBP/JPY trade. There also shows the amount we've lost, 0.02%. 53 cents US cents, so that's fine. Okay, another cool thing I want to show you guys about MT5 as well that MT4 doesn't have, these little arrows, which I think are a nice little touch to it. So it shows you actually your position you've taken, where you went in and where you went out. Okay, so blue arrow obviously stands for a buy position, and your red arrow stands for a sell position. So remember, if you close a buy position, you're selling back to the market, and if you close a sell position, you're buying back from the market what you initially sold. A little bit confusing, but we can make a video about that, how that really works. But for now, it doesn't really matter at this stage. Okay, so but what it shows you where you went in and where you went out. Okay, so in and out. And also we've got this little blue line that shows us as well, where the trade traveled to, which is pretty cool. Okay, so I think that's a really nice little touch new to MT5. Okay, so let's quickly have a look at closing that annoying little terminal. So we can go here to our tools, go to options, or press Control O if you guys want to do that as well. You guys will usually come up with a whole bunch of things. So I'm going to go here, press on trade, and you guys can see right here, one-click trading is an option. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. I'm going to get a risk disclaimer, so make sure you guys have a read through that and fully understand it. If you do, press accept the terms and conditions, and then go ahead and press OK, and then again press OK. So now if I want to take a trade, so again I'm just going to go same thing, go to trading, new order, and I'm just going to take a quick buy. I'll close it straight away, but quick buy, you guys can see no messages or anything else to take. Same if I want to modify it as well, if I want to modify my order. Again, no messages. It does it fairly instantly. If you guys, especially for scalpers, this can be fairly important to get in and out of the market as quickly as possible and being able to manage your trades as quickly as possible. Okay, so go ahead and close that position, and we'll move on to the next one. Okay, so another one I want to talk to you guys about is the trade panel. I found the trade panel, especially if you're want to be in the market in and out very quickly, the trade panel can be very handy. But remember, there is a bit of a risk to it as well, because it is, it makes you trade quicker, but so you just have to be aware that you make sure your lot sizes and everything is set right. So just make sure before you do take a trade that everything is set correctly. So an option to bring up our trade panel, you can either press Alt-T on your keyboard, or you can just press on that little blue thing right over there. You guys can see right there, shows trade panels. So go ahead and click on that, and we'll get popped up with this little terminal right over here. So a very handy little tool. You guys can see easy with a click of a button, I can buy or sell. Now this again comes at a bit of a risk, because buying and selling is very easily done or very easily given to us. Okay, so just be aware of that. Make sure your lot sizes are always correct. We can easily modify lot sizes by either pressing up and down on the arrows, or highlighting it all, selecting it all, and entering our own personal. For this one again, I'll do a 0.3 trade. So you guys can see modified my order 0.03, and I'm gonna go ahead, in this case, let's change it up, let's sell at the market, just to show you guys this quickly. Okay, again, no analysis done here, guys, just to show you the example. We can see our sell position got entered now at the market price, and if we get stopped out or take profit hits, we'll get closed at this green line over here. Okay, so vice versa for a buy, and for a sell. That's kind of how it'll work. So this way works the similar way. If I want to modify my order, there's a support now or resistance. So now one thing we have to keep in mind with this, guys, because this is a standard account, the spread tends to be a bit wider. We need to take that into mind when we place our stop loss. So if we think the market could potentially just reach this and turn around, we have to give enough space for our spread as well. Okay, so for our spread, we can see our spread is, let's have a quick look to see how big our spread is roughly. Roughly about 3 points, 3 pips or so. So I'm going to give about a 3 pip above this area where I think the market might go in. Okay, so I'll give it 5 pips. 5 pips above it should be fine. So again, similar sort of situation. You guys can see I'm risking $4.10, and I'm also risking 166 or 16 pips worth of movement in the market. Okay, so similar thing for my take profit. Again, click and drag, and you guys can see again to the left, that's how I modify my order. Okay, so that's the other way of taking a trade. Now I want to show you guys how you can modify a trade via partial closes along the lines of that. So what we're going to go ahead is we're going to open up our toolbox. So I'll quickly show you guys how to open up our toolbox. So again, you can either press Control T on the keyboard, or we can go ahead over here and go to View, and you guys can see we've got an option here, and there's Toolbox right over there. So it shows you all the hotkeys. If you guys want to open up your market watch, data window, navigator, it's fairly easy. All the hotkeys are allocated to what the word starts with. So market watch, obviously M, data window D, navigator N, toolbox or an MT4. Your trade window, trade terminal is also T. So I'm going to go ahead and press on that, or you can, again, like I said, press Control T. So this will open up your trade, your current trade, and your equity and everything. So this will be shown. You can also see your exposure in the market, where your risk lies. You've got your history. There's news you can attach to your terminal as well. Your mailbox, if you get any notifications from us. You guys see I've just opened up a test account here. There's a calendar, so different news events. Again, we can all put in articles, code, if you guys want to interested in that. There's also expert box where you guys can get expert advisor things, and journal. The journal is just generally speaking, if your MT5 is not connecting to the internet or anything, it's not logging in properly, it'll generally show up here. And this is just all your trade history. It'll kind of show your activity on. Essentially, it's just a journal for MT5. Okay, but let's move on to the trading. So I'll go over here to my trading window. You guys can see right now. Currently, I'm down $1.30-40 ish, having between $1.20, $1.40. So I'm going to go ahead and say, okay, well, this is reaching my stop loss quite quickly. I want to eliminate most of my risks. So I'm going to go ahead, right click on this trade, and I'm going to go ahead and click modify or delete. Okay, this gives me the option to give partial closes. So I'm going to go up here where you guys can see type, where it says modify position. And I'm actually going to go here and go market execution. All right. So now what I'm going to do, you guys can see here, I've got the option to close, my full position here at 0.03. But I want to take a partial close. So I'm going to go ahead and enter a 0.01, for example. That's where I'm going to close the trade to take off some risk off the table, and then maybe you can add it on a bit later, okay? By just taking another trade. So I'm going to go ahead here and close. So you guys can see right now this trade has just been modified. Now we're in a 0.02 position. You guys can see also down at 87 cents. If we go over here to our history, we can also see right there's a 0.01. It actually shows you, so 0.01 out of 0.03 position that's been closed. We can see where it's been closed, where the stop loss was, when it was closed, and obviously the price was closed at well. Okay, and again, obviously our profit or loss and our percentage gain or percentage loss. Okay. So it's fairly simple, how to partially close your trades and everything, and all the stuff along the lines of that. Okay, so let's have a look at some other trades. I'm gonna go ahead and pop over to the Euro USD for this example. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and place buy orders and sell orders. Okay, so pending orders in the market, where we're waiting for the market to, let's call it, we're ambushing the market essentially. So it's an area where we believe the market's going to go past, and then our trade will get executed there without us having to, it's not a market execution, it's a pending order. Okay, so what we're going to go ahead is I'm going to right click here on the chart, and you guys can see I can actually put a sell limit right now, but I'm just going to go ahead here and click on trading. I'm going to go here, either place a buy stop, or let's go new order. We'll click on that. Okay, so it's going to bring up our order window again, and it says market execution. So I'm going to go here and press on pending order. So let's have a quick look. This is a bit of a difficult way to do it. It takes a bit of a longer. Personally, I don't like pending orders, but I'll quickly show you guys how to do that as well. Okay, so let's say I want to place a buy stop in this case. Okay, so what that means is I want to place an order above the market where I think the market will reach, and then push further higher above that and continue with momentum into my profit target area. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead here where it says type. I'm going to go ahead over and go to buy stop. And let's say I want to place a trade. If the market goes above 1.09980, that's where I want to get entered. Okay, so I'm going to change my volume here just to 0.01 lots. Price, I'm going to go 1.099. Oopsie, 1.09980. Okay, so if I place this right now, you guys will see right there, there's my order placed. Now open up my trade trade toolbox. You guys can see the price has not yet been executed, so there's a current trade we've been holding, that's sell on GBP/JPY, and here's our buy stop. So it's not yet been executed. Okay, so once the market runs past this area, it'll get put in. Now if I want to edit this, let's say I want to modify it. So unfortunately with this, I cannot click and drag to change it. I can only change the current area when I place it. So if you think, okay, the market, I could pull this down a bit, you can do so. Again, similar thing to the left, says buy stop, the amount you're going to, where you're going to get entered, your lot sizes and everything, and, the points for how far away it is, okay? So that's how you can modify it, okay? Now let's have a quick look. So let's modify the stop loss and take profit, okay? So you guys can see there are no stop losses, no take profit. So let's say, once the market goes past the area, if it comes back down below 1.09, 800, I think let's say it's a bad place for the market to be, and I no longer want to be in the trade. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in 1.09800, okay, and take profit. Let's just say we're going to go up here at 1.10111, okay. So let's put our take profit 1.10111, okay. So we'll go ahead and modify that. And you guys can see right there, there's our stop loss down here, and our take profit up there. Trade has not yet been executed, so that's perfectly fine. Okay, so buy stop is when the market runs, it's now going to push up and continue with momentum. That's what I believe. So push up and continue with momentum to reach that target. Okay, so that's kind of how we do a buy stop. If you guys don't want to have that buy stop, again, it's a very similar thing. You guys can again remove your stop loss, take profit via the same way you can close a trade, similar with the open trade as well. If you want to let your trade run, you can remove that take profit. We can do the same here. So remove my take profit. You guys see note take profit. If you want to, for some other reason, remove your stop loss, you can do that as well. If you want to cancel a trade, just press X or right click on it and say either modify, delete, and choose to cancel the trade. Okay, so sell stop is very similar. I'll quickly show you guys that as well. So we're going to go here trading new order. We're going to go ahead to pending market order. We're going to go to a sell stop, and obviously a sell stop has to be below current price. So I'm just going to enter here. Let's say for example they're at 1.098. Let's say 35. You guys can enter your stop losses and take profit now as well if you want. Make sure your lot size is correct. Place order, and you guys can see there's my sell order that's coming up. Hasn't been taken yet. It shows you right there the volume. So that's how you place it. We can obviously again modify our stop losses, take profits any way we want. I'm just going to go ahead and close that trade as well. Okay, so that's how we can do it. If you want to close it, easy way to close it is just click on the X. Okay, let's talk about limit order. So a limit order essentially is, I'm going to place, let's say for example a buy limit is if I believe the market's going to come back down again and reverse on a certain point. So let's just say we have, for example, good example, we've got the support back down here. All right, so let's say you think the market's going to come back down again like it did with this wick. It's going to come back down here, reach this target, and then continue further higher. So I can go ahead and place a buy limit over there. So you can place a buy limit the same way you place your buy stop or sell stop, okay? But there's a bit of a quicker way we can do that. So if you believe the market is going to come back down to here and reach it, we can actually hover our mouse there. I can right click on that area, and you guys can see right there at the top it says buy limit at 1.09831. Okay, so that's a very easy way to place it. Just hover your mouse below the area, go ahead and click that. You guys can see my order's been placed. Open up my terminal, nothing yet, and we can edit the same way we can edit, we edit our other trades. So right click or go down here and edit and enter your custom stop loss or take profit. So we can do the same thing with the sell order. If I think the market's going to come back up here, for example, to this resistance and push back down, I can again right click up here, and you guys can see at the very top, sell limit. It shows me exactly where I want to enter. It shows me my lot sizes. So now the one thing we have to keep in mind with limit orders and placing trades like this, it's already set at the previous trade lot size. So you cannot edit your lot size on this, so keep that in mind. Okay, just keep that in mind if you guys wanted to trade like that. If you want to edit the lot size, you're going to have to go down to trading, go down to new order, and then mark pending order, market, and then change your lot size and everything. So, but just for this example, I can right click here, sell limit, trades been placed, and again we can edit our stop losses, take profits by modifying the trade and entering stop losses here and take profits over here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and delete these trades, remove them, and that's it. Alright guys, so that's kind of how you manage your trades, how you open positions, any sort of positions you guys are interested in opening, stop losses, take profits. It's the main ways you guys trade on MT5 platform. So if you guys did learn anything, make sure to smash that like button. Again, subscribe to the channel if you guys are interested in seeing more videos like this and learning more about trading and improving your Forex skills. From us here at BlackBull Markets, thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned, trade safe.